At 2:28 a.m. on February 1st, 2026, an 84-year-old woman's pacemaker stopped transmitting. Her doorbell camera had been disabled, and her blood was found splattered across her front porch. This is a Nancy Guthrie case. And what happened in those early morning hours has sparked one of the most intense FBI manhunts in recent history, with over 30,000 tips flooding in, a $100,000 reward, and a suspect caught on camera who's still out there. Nancy Ellen Guthrie is 84 years old and the mother of NBC News journalist and Today's Show co-anchor Savannah Guthrie. But this isn't a story about celebrity. This is about a sharp, independent woman who's lived in Tucson, Arizona for over 50 years. Nancy was widowed in 1988 when her husband Charles died at age 49 while on a mining exploration trip in Mexico. She raised 3 children alone and remained fiercely independent into her 80s. Family members describe her as mentally sharp with no cognitive impairments, though she does have mobility limitations and relies on daily medication. Most critically for this investigation, Nancy has a pacemaker that connects to an app on her phone. Remember that detail. January 31st, 2026, a Saturday. Nancy Ubered to her older daughter Annie's nearby home around 5:32 p.m. for dinner and game night. Just a normal family evening. Cards, conversation, nothing unusual. Around 9:50 p.m., her son-in-law drove her back to her secluded desert home in the Catalina foothills. He watched her go inside safely. That was the last time her family saw her alive. What Nancy didn't know was that someone was already watching, waiting, because investigators would later discover something chilling on her doorbell camera. But first, let's talk about what happened in those dark hours. Here's where things get forensic. And this is where modern technology becomes absolutely crucial to the investigation. At 1:47 a.m., Nancy's doorbell camera disconnected. Not a power outage. Not a malfunction. Manually disabled. At 2:12 a.m., the camera software detected a person on camera, but no video was available. Someone was there, but they'd already cut the feed. Then comes a detail that gave investigators a precise timeline. At 2:28 a.m., Nancy's pacemaker app disconnected from her phone. Think about that. Her pacemaker. When that connection severed at 2:28 a.m., investigators knew with medical precision when something catastrophic happened. Either Nancy was forcibly taken from her phone, or she was moved far enough from her device that the Bluetooth signal was lost. Around noon, family members responded to Nancy's home after she didn't show up for church and discovered she was missing. At 12:03 p.m., the family called 911. What they found was a horror scene. Blood, confirmed to be Nancy's, was found on the front porch. Evidence at the residence indicated she had been taken against her will. Her phone, wallet, and vital daily medications were all left behind. But here's where the case explodes. Because Nancy's doorbell camera captured something before it was disabled, the FBI released surveillance images showing a masked individual wearing a ski mask, long pants, jacket, and gloves. Investigators described the suspect as a man about 5 feet 9 inches tall, with a medium build, carrying a 25-liter Ozark Trail Hiker Pack backpack. The footage shows this person tampering with the doorbell camera. Deliberate, methodical. This wasn't random. Days after Nancy disappeared, multiple news outlets received something disturbing. Ransom notes. The first ransom demanded $6 million in Bitcoin payment, with a deadline of 5 p.m. on Monday. The note specified a substantial amount in the millions and included a specific Bitcoin address. Savannah Guthrie and her siblings posted a video saying they would pay anything to get their mother back. But here's where it gets strange. 2 ransom deadlines, February 5th and February 9th, passed with no further confirmed communication. Then a second letter was sent to TMZ demanding 1 Bitcoin, about $70,000, in exchange for information about the kidnapper. Not from the kidnapper himself, but from someone claiming to have information. Arizona's family confirmed at least 1 transaction was made to the Bitcoin address detailed in the ransom note around 5 p.m. Arizona time on February 11th. Someone sent money. But investigators won't say who or how much. Multiple ransom notes. Different Bitcoin addresses. Different writing styles. Are they dealing with multiple people? Copycats? Or is this all part of one elaborate plan? And then, 2 weeks into the search, investigators found something that could break this case wide open. Investigators collected approximately 16 gloves in various areas near Nancy's house. Most were from searchers who discarded them while combing the area. But one glove was different. The FBI confirmed the DNA of an unknown male was lifted from a glove that appeared to match those worn by the suspect in the doorbell camera footage. It was found about 2 miles from Nancy's home. This isn't just any evidence. The one glove with the DNA profile recovered is different from other gloves found in the area and appears to match the gloves of the subject in the surveillance video. The FBI is currently analyzing this DNA. If it matches someone in the database, this case could be solved within days. Investigators have not zeroed in on a leading motive, with authorities looking at all possible options. But let me walk you through the prevailing theories. Theory 1, burglary gone wrong. Investigators initially believed the abduction may have been an intended burglary that went wrong. Nancy's home is in an upscale neighborhood. Maybe someone targeted it for valuables, didn't expect her to be awake, and panicked when confronted. Theory 2, targeted kidnapping for ransom. The Bitcoin ransom demand suggests this was premeditated. Someone who knew Nancy's daughter is a famous NBC anchor might have seen dollar signs. The masked suspect, the camera tampering, the precision, it all points to planning. Theory 3, multiple perpetrators. The use of the phrase main individual in later ransom notes suggests the first time that more than one person may be involved. Could there be a ringleader and accomplices? Theory 4, international or professional operation. Here's something strange. A retired FBI agent noted that the ransom note includes a term USD for dollars, which American would be unlikely to use, suggesting kidnappers may be from overseas. Combined with the Bitcoin demands and sophisticated camera tampering, could this be a professional operation? As of this morning, investigators have fielded over 30,000 calls for leads. Several hundred law enforcement personnel are working the case. The FBI has doubled the reward to $100,000 for information leading to an arrest. Law enforcement executed a court-ordered search warrant at a residence near Nancy's home on Friday night, but no arrests were made. 2 people were briefly detained for questioning, but investigators are leaning away from both as suspects. The FBI is also turning its focus away from family members. Last week, Savannah Guthrie posted an emotional video. She said the family still has hope and addressed whoever has her mother. It's never too late to do the right thing. We believe in the essential goodness of every human being. That's the question haunting investigators. Where is Nancy Guthrie? Authorities have expressed concern about Nancy's health because she needs vital daily medicine and has dealt with high blood pressure and heart issues. It's been 21 days. The DNA analysis could provide answers within hours or days. Tips are still flooding in. Someone out there knows something. This case is everything. Doorbell footage of a masked suspect still at large, mysterious Bitcoin ransom notes from multiple sources, DNA evidence that could crack the case wide open, and an 84-year-old woman whose family is desperately waiting for answers. But here's what keeps me up at night. Was this a random burglary that spiraled out of control? Or was Nancy Guthrie specifically targeted because of her daughter's fame and fortune? That glove with the DNA? If it comes back matching someone in the system, we could have our answer within 48 hours. But if it doesn't match anyone, this case could go cold. And those ransom notes with different Bitcoin addresses and different writing styles? Either we're dealing with copycats trying to profit off a tragedy, or there's a network of people involved that we haven't even begun to uncover. The truth is out there. And when it breaks, I'll be here covering every single detail. So what's your theory? Burglary gone wrong? Targeted kidnapping? International operation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on this case as new developments emerge, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because when the FBI announces a DNA match, you'll want to be here for it. This is a case that's far from over. And Nancy Guthrie deserves answers.